In recent weeks, we launched the Aurivo Future Milk Sustainability Bonus Programme. This is designed to reward farmers who are actively taking measures to reduce farm emissions and become more sustainable. It's also important from a consumer and a customer point of view, as customers are now actively seeking to see what we as a co-op are doing on sustainability. In addition to this, Ireland has also signed up to a 25% reduction in agricultural emissions by the year 2030, and this programme is designed to help farmers make that transition. So what is the programme about? Well, in the programme there are 7 actions, of which 1 is compulsory, and then of the other 6 you must complete 3 each year. The first and mandatory action is to complete your Board BIA sustainability survey each January for the previous 12 months. This is just the survey part of the Board BIA, not the actual audit itself, which will remain at every 18 months. It will also mean that you don't have to do the survey prior to having your farm audit every 18 months, because it'll be done the previous January. From here, there are 6 measures, of which you must complete 3 each year to qualify for the bonus. These include to complete 4 milk recordings per year, use 1 tonne of protected urea for every 100,000 litres of milk supplied to the co-op. Have an SCC of below 150, or to reduce it by 5% annually compared to your previous year. Attend a water quality training event. Use dairy bulls with a minimum EBI of €230 and beef bulls of a minimum DBI of €100. And genotype replacement heifer calves born in the herd each year. So you yourself decide which 3 of the 6 you're going to complete. You don't need to tell the co-op which 3 that is, but we have to have verification of those 3 by the 31st of December every year for the programme going forward. I will go through each of the measures now in a bit more detail and hopefully answer some queries that farmers might have on it. So measure 1, compulsory, the Board BIA Sustainability Survey. Again, just to reiterate, the survey is separate to the audit. The audit will remain every 18 months, but you will have your survey done in January, so you won't have to do that ahead of your audit. So in January 2025, you need to complete that survey to ensure you get payment throughout 2025 for your 2024 actions. This can be completed online through your Board BIA account by phoning the Board BIA helpline, or next January, Aurivo will be holding a number of workshops and information sessions to help farmers complete this action. So moving on to the 6 elective measures, of which you must complete 3 each year to qualify for the bonus payment. The first of these is milk recording. You must complete 4 milk recordings each year to qualify for that measure. Milk recording provides a lot of data to farmers that can help make decisions which will help them become more profitable and sustainable through identifying high SCC cows, identifying the best genetics in the herd to put dairy replacements on and breed your future cows from, and identifying those that are the poorest performers and allow you to make breeding decisions for them going forward. Data from your milk recording provider will be supplied back to the co-op in terms of did you complete 4 or not. We don't get your actual individual cow data or anything like that. Just yes, you did do 4 milk recordings or the number of milk recordings that you carried out that year. So the next measure is the use of protected urea, and this is the single biggest measure that we can all take to reduce farm emissions. If everyone moved from a urea and can-based product to protected urea in the morning, we will reduce farm emissions across the country by 6% straight away. We are asking farmers to use 1 tonne of protected urea for every 100,000 litres of milk supplied to the co-op. So if you supplied 250,000 litres last year, you still only need to purchase 2 tonne of protected urea to qualify for that measure. And this is just to incentivise the changeover from your can, from your urea-based product to your protected urea-based product. These are available in the Homeland stores, and there are now compounds available as well, which if they have protected urea in them, they will qualify you for this measure. If you purchase your fertilizer through the Homeland stores, then you don't need to send in any confirmation that you're purchasing protected urea. We will get that from the Homeland stores. If you purchase your fertilizer from outside the co-op, you will need to provide evidence that you have purchased a sufficient amount of protected urea to meet this measure. Invoices or receipts can be sent before the 31st of December each year to farmservices@aurivo.ie. The next measure is to do with somatic cell count. And high somatic cell count cows have lower production, have greater risk of passing infection to other animals, and reduces overall on-farm profitability, and therefore we have less production from more cows, so we have increased emissions per farm as well. If your SCC is under 150 for the year as an average, you automatically qualify for this action. If you're over 150, then if you show a 5% reduction on your annual SCC figure from last year, it will qualify you for this action. All this data is already on hand at the co-op, so there is no need for you to supply any verification for this measure. The next measure is to do with water quality. You must attend a water quality training event every year. We all know the importance of water quality at this stage and the impact it can have on Irish agriculture going forward. Aurivo, at our events throughout the year, will supply water quality training at these events, and when we're advertising them, we will say if they are qualifying events or not. For farmers in derogation, you can use your compulsory water quality training action to qualify for this measure. Proof of this action completed will have to be submitted to the co-op. The next measure is to do with EBI and DBI and the overall breeding. So if we can improve the breeding of the cow on the farm and the calf that's coming off it, then we will improve farm profitability and reduce emissions. To qualify for this measure, you must use a minimum EBI dairy bull of €230, and then for your beef calves you must use a bull, stock bull or AI, that has a DBI, a dairy beef index, value of €100 or greater. In order for the co-op to verify these actions, supplier must record sires on the ICBF system. Both EBI and DBI minimum values must be met to qualify. The final elective action is to genotype all your replacement dairy heifer calves each year. Genotyping will ensure parentage verification and will increase the reliability of the animal's index. It'll also benefit in terms of identifying the females of the highest genetic merit to keep as replacements. If you're not in the National Genotyping Programme, suppliers will have to submit hair follicle samples or ear notch samples for testing. Genotyping for herds outside the National Genotyping Programme can get carried out by contacting ICBF. The payment rate is a ½ cent per litre plus VAT paid every month. If you sign up in April of 2024, you will be paid on your April milk right through to December. If you sign up in May, you will be paid from your May milk on all the way through to December. In 2025, you will be paid depending on the actions in 2024. So you must complete the 3 elective actions this year, plus complete your Board BA Sustainability Survey in January of next year. That will qualify you for payment for all next year's milk based on the previous year's data. If for some reason you fail to meet the criteria this year, there is no penalty or no clawback next year, but you will not be paid the ½ cent sustainability bonus next year. If that was the case, and you could still complete the actions in 2025, complete your survey in January of 2026, and then you will be back in the scheme getting your ½ cent per litre of a sustainability bonus paid throughout 2026 for your 2025 actions. In recent weeks, you will have received more information on the Future Milk Programme. That includes this booklet, which is a good reference point and all the actions broken down. Within that pack was also the sign-up sheet, so you can just sign that form and return it to Farm Services at Aurivo Dairy Ingredients, Ballahadreen, County Roscommon. If you need an additional sign-up sheet, get in contact with any of your local milk advisors or any of the Farm Services team, or you can email farmservices@aurivo.ie. The programme has been designed to be as user-friendly as possible. We are well aware of the heightened demands on farmers in terms of compliance and legislation, but we're confident that the measures that we have in this programme will help your farm become more sustainable, both environmentally and economically into the future. If you have any queries, you can contact your local milk advisor or any one of the Farm Services team, or email farmservices@aurivo.ie.